It's the Rush Hour with MG and Liam Flanagan on Triple M now, MG. We always love it when people can join us in studio.
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
It's that personal touch that we appreciate here at the Rush Hour. And joining us now is a friend of the show, long-time friend of the show. First time we've had him in studio. He's a little bit flustered. He's made the trip in the off-season from the Gold Coast to the big city that is Sydney, and it's fair to say he's had an afternoon.
He's rattled.
Welcome from the South Sydney Rabbitohs, Jai Arrow. G'day, Jai.
Hey boys, how you going?
Well, you had one of the afternoons, so it's taken you 42 minutes to come 8Ks. Tell our listeners what happened the last an hour.
Yeah, so look, I was absolutely in shambles the Savo. Obviously, I had a massage today after training, and even better, I'm even sunburnt. So first of all, that started. Then I got a message from the real estate who they were bringing investors through, so I had to quickly shoot home. Obviously let them in, and I've got two big dogs, and the dogs started carrying on and everything, and obviously brought the investors through, and they were scared of the dogs, so I've had to take them outside and then bring them around the front so they go out the back. Anyway, long story short, I've opened the gate to go move my car, and one of them's got out. She's running around scaring people. These people down the street were not too fond of her because she's a big dog. And then my staffy was going off chops and decided to leap the fence. So here I am, one person, two of us trying to round up the dogs in a pretty busy sort of road where I live. But look, and then trying to find this joint. Wow, unbelievable.
Well, you know what? Most rugby league players would have said, "Stuff it. I'm going to do it on the phone." They would have. They said it's too much effort. Thank you for coming in.
No, I didn't even think of that. There you go. You've given me an idea. But I'm always happy to come in. It's probably easier to do it in here than it is on the phone.
Now, you're officially a bunny now. We've got questions about how you're settling in and all the rest of that. The key thing I want to know is, have you met Russell yet? Have you spoken to Russell? Has there been a phone call, face-to-face? Have you visited the farm at Nana Glen?
No, I've been asked this a few times. I haven't actually met him face-to-face. I'm sure he's a busy man and he wants us to let us do our training. But I'm pretty sure I got a message off him. It was a nice sort of long message. I don't know if anyone was stitching me up. I'm assuming it was him.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm assuming. But he obviously, well, if it was him, he welcomed me to the club and, just said, he's happy to have me here. And, I did the right thing and sent him a message back. I didn't know whether, I actually got nervous. I looked at it at first and thought, this is a stitch up for sure. There's no way it's him. But I did the right thing and sent a message back and said, mate, I'm so happy to be here. I can't wait to be a part of this proud club. And, yeah, look, it's all pretty smooth sailing at the moment, and I'm hoping it was him. It was pretty cool if it was.
He's a good bloke, great mate. He's again, Jai. He's a good boy. Look, we spoke to you a few times while you're a Titan, and we asked you the question, why you're a Titan, why coming down, and you said it was for a myriad of reasons. Now that you're here, Wayne Bennett's obviously the shining light that brought you here. He coached you when you played, 20-odd games at Brisbane, so he was a major factor in bringing you here to Sydney.
Yeah, definitely. And JD as well, Jason Demetrio, who's sort of his successor, who I was with for 12 months in Brisbane, and obviously Wayne for the 2 years was pretty big. But then, look at the squad down here. I think it's pretty, it's pretty handy.
Formidable.
And,
loaded.
It's all right. It's all right.
Loaded.
The spine's pretty silky, just quietly. The quick hands and stuff like that. And training, it's pretty good to watch as a middle forward, and that's exciting as well. And just to be a part of the club who have been there from the start, the proud history, and you go underneath and you see all the, basically all the teams who have won premierships, and there's been plenty, 21 I think that is now, and you see those teams, and you see the teams right back to 1908. There's a photo of them as well, which is pretty special to be a part of such a proud club.
You're still only a kid. You're still only 25. I've got a son who turns 26 this week, so you make me feel freaking old when you come in the studio. But
I believe I feel old as well.
You played a bit of front row of late in Origin. You played a little bit of front row at the Titans. South Sydney with their new refined-looking forward pack. I'm thinking that maybe you're going to play a lot of lock and front row. Have you been defined a position yet?
Yeah, look, I don't think Wayne knows where I'm playing yet. He's obviously a man of many mysteries.
Yes.
But, I've obviously played in that middle role. Sort of 8, 10 and 13, I guess, are very similar positions these days. And, you've got Cam Murray there. You've got, Junior Totola. Liam Knight, who can ball play. Mark Nichols as well. And, there's definitely a few there. And, I think we could sort of everyone in the middle there can play that role, that ball playing sort of role that Wayne and JD want us to do, and Benny Hornby as well. So
good coaching lineup.
Yeah, definitely. It's been very enjoyable as well. They're trying to make training fun but intense as well. We did a little camp there on the Central Coast, and got some reps in. It was a pretty intense sort of session, and it was good. It's good first sort of little hit outs with the opposing 13-on-13 stuff. So we'll keep doing that leading up into the trials, which aren't too far. Thank God.
How good.
Yeah, the new rules that are coming in, we've seen the transformation of Andrew Fafita in the off season, and the days, MG, you've made the comment, the days of 130 kilo forwards are almost gone because of the speed of the game now. Have you noticed, has the training been different as a result of the new rules we're going to see this year?
Yeah, definitely. I actually was having a little bit of a joke with one of the refs after the sort of post session we had after camp, and said that play the ball rule has to be thrown out surely. As a middle forward, the game itself was fast, but it's only going to make it faster.
Yeah.
I said to him, it's an absolute joke. I don't know who's come up with it, but I'd say it's definitely good for the fans, but us playing in the middle, they're definitely going to struggle because usually it's a scrum. You could pack in. Obviously, we don't do too much in the scrums, but you can pack in, catch your breath a little bit, and you get sort of get to go again. But now it's just get set, play the ball. You're off, boys. Do your best.
I think being realistic, that's something they're going to watch and monitor. I don't want our game to turn into touch footy. I think that walk to the scrum, and I know what they're doing. They're trying to stop time wasting. You're in front by 8 points. They're trying to stop the halfback putting into the touch and then walking to the scrum and resetting. I get that, but I don't want to see guys who are struggling around the 105, 106 kilo mark and turning it into that touch footy type thing. And that's the only negative I can find in that rule. But every other rule, I love it.
Yeah, definitely. I can understand the benefits. It's going to bring all the little guys, and us as middle forwards, of course, we're going to be tired and we're going to be on the back foot now.
You always are anyway.
Yeah, our asses are hanging out, and I already thought bringing in the 40-second shot clock already was enough. That's it. The ball goes out, you look up the shot clock, there's about 10 seconds left, and then you start running to the scrum, and it's all over. There's not much time to catch your breath, but obviously, they've brought in that new rule, so it'll be interesting to see how we go. And we're the first game of round one, so I'm sure a lot of against Storm down there. So we'll be the first ones. I reckon everyone will be watching to see how we all go with the new rule.
You should smash them. They don't have Cam Smith this year. You'll be fine.
It'll be interesting. Yeah,
they've got Harry.
Something
about Harry.
They've got plenty there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Harry Grant. There's an interesting one. You would have been in camp with him with Queensland. Now, how do you feel? Because you're a Gold Coast man. You surf, I take it, I assume?
No.
Surf?
No.
Not anything I didn't do, no.
And you moved to Maroubra.
Yeah, hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. One thing I wish I did all nippers growing up, never surf for some reason.
Right. Oh, so hold on.
Oh, no, the sharks, mate. That's one reason.
Yeah, well, I am pretty scared of sharks as well. Fear of sharks and snakes. I hate snakes.
Oh, really?
Hopeless.
No, because I was going to ask, Harry Grant's bloody scoring free surfboards from Joel Parkinson up there in Queensland camp. Well, back at the end of last year, he was just getting...
I didn't even know. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
No, I would have snagged that.
Yeah.
I would have pretended I could surf.
All right, well, if surf lifesaving then, how would you go against Cookie on the sand? Because we know Damien Cook was a champion beach sprinter back in his day.
No chance.
No chance?
No chance. I had no speed about me. And we're actually doing... When was it? We're doing drills yesterday. We're doing Bikram yoga.
Yeah.
And don't ask me why. I turned to me right and I saw his calves and they were popping in veins. They were dead set, cut to bits, and I thought, there's no chance I'm catching him.
That's ominous. When his calves are pumping with the veins, he can already run 100 metres in 7 seconds.
He goes all right.
Freak.
Hey, now, this is something, it was a big story when it happened last year. And I know you're probably sick of talking about it, but it's the first time we've got to ask you about it. The Tedesco incident in State of Origin. MG was a vehement defender of yours in commentary at the time. You said that is not Joe Arrow's game. He would not have known that Teddy was knocked out when this happened. How has it played out? Have you spoken to Teddy since?
Yeah, so obviously I apologised to him at the time. Yeah. I obviously went over and apologised to him when he was walking off, and after the game as well. I tried to, obviously show remorse because I was obviously very apologetic of what I did, and I'm not proud of what I did, and I would never, ever intentionally go out there to hurt someone like that, especially being unconscious, which, was definitely wrong of me, and I'm very, very, very sorry for, for what I did. But obviously tried to apologise as much as I could, and obviously got a bit of backlash, which I couldn't care less at all. Obviously, if you listen to the people in the stands, you're going to end up being one. So
that's it. That's the old Jack Gibson. Bloody
tried to just do that, but look, it's obviously something I'm not proud of, and I'm very apologetic about. But I'll hopefully he accepts my apology, and we can all sort of move on and get on from there. But in the heat of the moment, I just come on the field. I was pretty fired up in a decider decider in Suncorp, and but obviously not proud of what I've done, and I'll definitely will be thinking twice again. That's for sure.
How hard was that last month of footy with 3 Origins, compacted into 1 month, and you're going from Adelaide to Sydney to Brisbane, and it's all in a bubble, and it was never been done before. Obviously, last year was hopefully once in a million years, but that Origin series, I think, was one of the most fascinating Origin series I've ever watched. It was intense. Everyone gave their right arm for a victory. What was it like to be actually one of the players involved in that series?
It was definitely different. Coming off playing sort of the 3 games in the middle of the year to then going, obviously, with the pandemic around the world with COVID, going into another bubble, whereas, we were home quarantined up there for Queensland for majority of the year. We weren't allowed to leave the house and go to Woolies. We weren't allowed to go get takeaway, which was a bit of a nightmare. And then obviously to go into basically another isolated bubble. They did get us out. They did get us to the beach every now and then. Obviously, we had security guards with us telling people to stay away. It was like we were dead set infected with something.
Wow.
It was weird.
That's a mad perspective.
Yeah, it was. But, we sort of spoke about after the first game, it didn't really feel like an Origin, just only because you had that certain amount of time off. Obviously, the boys who played in the GF didn't really have long. But us sort of finishing straight away, going into, I think it was about a month we had off maybe, going into an Origin sort of camp and trying to get up for it. The first game didn't really feel like, I guess, Origin intensity in the game. Obviously, everyone was a bit restless from the break.
It
definitely did. And then sort of game 2 and 3 picked up a bit, that's for sure. Game 3 definitely felt like it was back at that Origin sort of level, and definitely different. Personally, I think the middle is obviously a lot. I think it's better in the middle of the year, around that time when everyone's sort of match fit, everyone's sort of getting their groove and all that, and you're definitely footy fit, which makes the game more exciting and probably more brutal as well, and better for fans.
Yeah.
We cannot wait for Origin to return to its mid-year fixture. Now, Jai, you said just before we turned the mics on that you're actually born in Sydney, in Fairfield.
Yeah.
And your old man, a Western Sydney man, who was his team growing up?
West Tigers.
West Tigers.
Yes.
All the Tigers back then, or Western suburbs.
Western
maybe.
suburbs or Balmain?
Well, growing up, my old man, my pop and all that loved Tommy Radonicus and
Western suburbs.
Pop was mates with him. Yeah.
Western suburbs.
Obviously growing up, they followed them, and I
Aggies.
actually introduced him to Benji Marshall the other day. He lives on the Central Coast now, so he came to the training, and I introduced him to Benji, and he thanked him for the 05 memories.
Good.
I still remember that as a kid. After they won, there was him and a couple of mates, dead set pouring beer all down him. He was standing on the chair, yahooing, screaming, obviously because they hadn't won a premiership in that long. It was, as a kid, remember that for some reason.
Do you now look back at your decision at the Titans, because you made it before these players for Fafita and Tino Fasua Malaawi and SASA all went to the Titans. Do you
Cam
look back?
Smith?
Well, possibly. Gronkowski. Do you look back and think with sometimes, maybe I wonder if I stay, what would have? Does that ever enter your thoughts?
No, I wouldn't say so. Obviously, the Goldie has a lot of a soft spot in my heart. It's my hometown. I grew up there and moved up there when I was 4. So I spent my whole life up there. And I wouldn't say I have any regrets, but I'm obviously happy with my decision, and I'm loving it down here. It's definitely something that I sort of had to, I guess, pursue. And
itch you at the scratch.
Yeah, pretty much.
With your dogs.
Yeah, got me. But they've made some great signings up there, and
they're going to be full good.
Yeah, I'm hoping they do really well. Obviously, not too well. Obviously, leaving the club, you don't want to see your old club do too well. And if any other player tells you that they hope they do well, they're lying to you. Yeah, 100%. But hopefully
It's
they
like when
do
you're
well.
injured.
Not
It's
as good as
like,
us.
what about you're injured and there's someone in your position, and we're on the bench. You're going, oh, he's going. What? He goes, no, he's not that going. That way.
You just start thinking in the back of your head, they're going to leave me out next week. I'm gone. He's going to
He
shaft
missed a
me.
tackle. See that? He missed a freaking tackle. He's hopeless. Shit.
Hey, who's going to be the brave unit from the Titans who, when the Bunnies first take on the Titans, goes, coming for you, Jai?
Oh, there'll be a few. Don't worry. I reckon they're all lining up. I know.
Proctor.
AJ Brimson will be one. He's obviously from the back.
He's going to line you up.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he's
wants
going
to.
gangbusters, but
I definitely know. Well, obviously Heckle, the boys in the middle. I know there'll be Jared Wallace. He'll be the number one target. He'll be wanting to take my head off.
Yep.
Who else up there? Moe's a quiet giant. He's a quiet kid. He would obviously. He's just a sort of powerhouse out in the field, but he'll just keep quiet and keep his mouth shut. I'm sure Justin and Jim Dimmick, especially Jim Dimmick, he'll be wanting someone to kill me, so he'll be into their ears. But it's all in good fun. Once you cross the white line,
100%.
It's game on. And don't get me wrong. Just quietly, I have that one sort of circled in my calendar. It's up there, round 7, but sort of focus on getting match fitness come round 1, but we'll see.
Oh, I cannot wait, though. I'm penciling that in my calendar now, round 7.
I hope we're calling it.
Hey, now, Jai, you're with the Bunnies, you're with your new club, you've had your pre-season. We want to set you a bit of a challenge here. Because MG discussed this the other day on the show. Showtime Bunnies is what he's calling this South Sydney outfit. There is just endless talent, ability. There's also some decent-sized egos, right? So I'm going to give you 5 names, and I want you to rank them in terms of biggest ego.
We define ego, but
Yeah, that's right. You don't have to be. They're not like that.
Swagger,
Swagger.
perhaps.
Swagger.
The person who walks in the dressing
And you go,
sheds
oh, wow,
and
he's-
everyone
he's-
goes,
okay.
he's here.
Yeah, he's
He's
here.
here.
He's here. Here
Yeah.
he
Who
is.
likes to
All
try
right.
and take control of the room, right? I'll give you the 5
Sweet.
names. Latrell Mitchell, Adam Reynolds, Damien Cook, Cam Murray, and the newly arrived Benji Marshall.
it's not a bad lineup, is it?
Oh, no, it goes wrong.
It's
Far out.
unbelievable.
Start with 5th. Start with 5th place.
Who's got the least swagger?
Last the swagger. You walk in and you see Cookie's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Cookie's
All right.
pretty quiet. He doesn't really
Doesn't
he's-
force himself
yeah,
upon.
he's pretty quiet.
Okay,
He just,
50 in Cook.
you know, but he's got that aura about him, out
yeah.
on the field especially.
Bloody
He's
oath he has.
unbelievable.
All right,
He's like
Damien Cook, 5th place.
Like a snake on the field.
Swagger. Who we got?
You've got
It's hard.
Cam Murray,
Yeah,
Latrell,
Latrell.
Renault, or Benji?
I'm going to only say this because he's an absolute pest. Adam Reynolds, honestly.
Yeah.
It's non-stop. The amount of times I've had his hands in the wrong places and I haven't been here for that long is you'd be astonished.
He took a great Instagram video the other day of
Mate, great
Braden
fella.
Burns.
Great fella, but absolute pest.
Yeah,
so I'm going
right.
to say him. He annoys the absolute crap out of me, to
All
be
right,
honest.
so we're at top 3 swagger. We're calling it swagger, not ego.
Swagger.
Cam Murray, Latrell Mitchell, Benji Marshall
Going to have to go.
in the bronze medal position.
On the dais.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'll go Latrell.
Oh,
he
we
was-
could have read this all wrong.
He was
and
the
then-
bookie's favourite.
Yeah.
And then Cam Murray because he's a glamour.
He is a glamour.
Yeah,
He'd
Cam
take him over
Murray
your
in the
mum.
glamour.
You'd
But
take
then
him.
you got to go the old head. Benji's got that aura about him. Growing up as a kid for
Oh, yeah.
myself, like he was pretty special, and he
Mm.
has been a special player. And he walks in, you go, "Oh, it's Benji Marshall.
I
Like, how
know.
cool is that?"
And I
The
think
one
that's
who-
the icing on the cake for you guys.
Yeah.
To have him in your club setup. Wow.
Yeah, he's been really good too. Like he's been loud. He's been that voice. He's been, he's been Benji Marshall, which is it's pretty
Swagger.
cool. Yeah, he's got that swagger about him. He walks in the room and you go, "That's Benji Marshall. How cool is this?" Love it.
I reckon he'll be happy with that too.
Oh,
He's part of the Triple M NRL family this year.
I didn't know that.
So I reckon he'll be pretty pleased with that.
Bags, he's good with it. He's good at that, isn't he? He's good
Yeah.
at getting himself.
Hey, so
in
are
the-
you. So
Am
are
I?
you. You're real
I
good.
got asked. But I don't know why. You're idiots.
You're real
You know
good.
why you asked me?
No, because you're down to earth. And that's what you got to be on the radio.
There you go.
Because everyone listen to us. They're down to earth.
Yeah, Joy, you've just jumped in here and had a 20-minute conversation with us, and we haven't had to edit anything. Like you are, flying.
We'll be using you a lot more this year,
How
brother.
do I get me a gig?
Yeah.
Who's the boss
Charlie?
here?
Producer Charlie's in
Charlie's
charge
the-
of signing
Charlie?
the checks.
Jai wants a gig, brother.
We'll sort
Something.
it out.
You've got something.
We'll sort it out. Yeah, I mean,
I've got a head for radio too.
head for radio.
look at
Hey,
mine.
did Wayne make you cut the hair?
Yes. Oh, he didn't make me cut it. Obviously, I did it for
Did the
the
charity,
for the
of course.
charity,
Yep.
which was all for a good cause. But I did see him. Fondly, and he said to me, "You won't be having any of those stupid haircuts, will you?" And I said, "No, you're the boss." So,
I've been trying for ages to get a one-on-one with him, with Wayne. So can you just, when you go back to training, say I was with MG and Liam, and
yeah,
Liam said to say, MG said to say hi.
got a pretty good story, pretty good story about that. He's a hard man to get a hold of, and we obviously did the Fox
No, the
shootings.
promo, yep.
Yes.
Yep.
With
and,
Vossi and that?
well, so it was meant to be me and Wayne were meant to do an interview with Fletch and Hindy.
Oh.
Anyway, I've rocked up. Obviously, there's no chance he's
He's
going. So I've sat down by myself, and they're like, "Oh, where's Wayne?" I said, "Well, he's not here. I don't know where he is." Said, "Can you go get the next best thing?" So I went and grabbed Liam Knight. He's a bit of a character. Grabbed him. Anyway, they're like, "Oh, can you ring him?" So Knighty's called Wayne. He's answered, "Liam, what are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, mate, we're just waiting for you. You got a interview with Fletch and Hindy." And then literally through his lips said, "F off." And we all cracked up, and then basically said, "I'll see you training tomorrow," and that was it. So,
Right. He's a special man, isn't he? Really?
oh yeah, absolutely.
He's a special man. He's got the aura. He's got the aura.
Yeah,
He's
he
number
has
one
that.
with the swagger.
No, he has that. That's what I was about to say. He's probably number one up there. He walks in the room, you just sit there and you listen. He knows all the right things to say,
Yeah,
and
what a bloke.
he's Wayne Bennett. He's done it all. He's done it all in the game, and very privileged to be coached by him.
And it might be a fairy tale farewell to the South
Well,
Sydney Rabbitohs
I'm not,
this year.
I'm not ruling it out. It's right up there. I think these guys, and I said it on the show earlier in the week, they're going to make the top four. I think definitely. And from there, who knows?
Absolutely. Jairo, an absolute pleasure to have you in studio for the first time, and definitely not the last, now that you've figured out how to get here and how to navigate the very confusing car park that we have downstairs. But thank you for your time. We really appreciate it, and we cannot wait to see you out on the green stuff doing it this season.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.